Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Anal with a great millstone, El Paso, Borderlands Saints. Welcome to another video, and as always, before I get started, I want to give all honor and all praise unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Also, I like to give double honors to the head apostles and elder bishops of a great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere brethren. Keep believing, keep teaching, and keep preaching. To the house of Israel, 144,000 hopeful elect, and to the scattered Israelites, 1/3, that the Lord has said he would save. Whether they hear or whether they forbear, keep preaching. Now, I'm going to be taking my lesson from the 3rd chapter of Zephaniah. We'll stay there in that chapter a little bit. And as the Lord see fit, if we need to go to other scriptures throughout the Bible, we'll do that as well. But we're going to get started here in Zechariah, the 3rd chapter. And it reads, "Woe to her that is filthy and polluted to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice, she received not correction, she trusted not in the Lord, she drew not near to her God. Her princesses within her are roaring lions. Her judges are even in wolves, they go not the bones till the marrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary, they have done violence to the law." All right, so who is that talking about? It's talking about the Israelites, the priests going astray, serving false gods, and being wicked. So that's who it's talking about. This isn't talking about other nations. It's actually talking about the Israelites. Jerusalem, you see, as we know it, doing wickedly in the sight of the Lord, serving false gods. And the Lord's displeased with that. He was displeased with them then when this was written, and he's displeased with them now in 2025. All right. And they're not doing what the Lord told them to do. For one thing, they're not listening to the prophets. They've been oppressed, and they're still not looking to the Lord, so they're not remembering who they are. And the Lord sincerely has just not chosen them to see. Then it goes on to say, in the 5th verse, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. You see, so it says the unjust knoweth no shame. I have cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is no inhabitant. I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction. So their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. So this is Jerusalem in sin. You see, doing wickedly. That's what this is talking about in the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. The Israelites, all the way from the beginning of time, up under different nations, Assyria, Babylon, Assyria, on over to the Persia and the Medes, and then also through the Greek empires and now in the Roman empires, still doing wickedly. You see, still doing wicked, not remembering who they are, serving false gods, being wicked. You see, rioting, doing all the wickedness that the world did. From the beginning of time, they've been still doing the same thing. Even before they were called the Lord's chosen people, in Noah's day, doing the same thing. That same lineage that came through up through Noah's time, through Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So there's still all this wickedness going on, you see, in the world, and they just have not changed. So the Lord is bringing a sort of destruction on the Israelites because his word has gone out, and it will not go out and not perform the Lord's will. And then it says in the 7th verse, I said, surely thou wilt fear me wilt thou receive instruction. So their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doing. So the Lord's been punishing you. And you've been rising early, doing wickedness, forgetting who you are, forgetting your husband, our Lord and our Lord, Yahweh. You've forgotten him, you see. And you've forgotten Yahweh Shah, the Son, the example that he set for you in the earth. You're still doing wickedly, you see. And then it says in the 8th verse, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my furious anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord's going to punish the Israelites, and he's going to punish the wicked in all the world for their iniquity. You see, because the Lord, he created us all, you know, and he has a sore punishment. The word has a sore punishment coming to them from the Lord for their wickedness and for their evil, for not observing what's written here in these holy scriptures. The whole world has gone astray, you see. Just not the Israelites, but all nations. And we already know that Babylon is the head of all of this, the daughter of Babylon. You see, who is that? The United States and NATO. Because they're holding the greater power economically. They're holding the sword. They're holding all of that. You see. And then it says in the 9th verse, for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. So the Lord said he's going to pour out his anger on the world. So how's that going to happen? It's going to come through thermonuclear warfare. You see, that's what that said. Let's read that again, because it'll make sense to you that that's what it's talking about. These are things that's going to happen on the earth. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. So we see that happening, where the Lord has gathered the nations, some up under this fourth beast, the Roman Empire, the USA, and NATO. So that's a gathering of nations, just as it says. And then you have some on the east, which would be up under China and Russia, you see. And those nations are gathered up under the BRIC nations. So this is all prophecy, because the Lord told us to go out there and prophesy and warn the people. So we warning Israel, the scattered Israelites, you see. And then we're warning the heathen nations as well. Because the Lord said, I'm going to pour out my indignation. Pretty much he's pouring out his indignation on all flesh because of their wickedness on all these nations as well. You see. So he said, then I'm going to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my furious anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. You see, so that's that nuclear weapon. Now, we all know that Russia, that they are sitting on nuclear weapons. They have a weapon that could disperse 15 nuclear warheads out of one missile. That missile is called Satan II, which is called basically known as Russia's RS-28, the Sarmat missile. See, and this thing is super fast, you see. So the Lord's going to use, he may use that missile to bring about an attack, you see. So we don't know what the Lord is planning on doing, but we know it's going to happen. And then Russia is aligned with China. Now, China has a weapon, I believe it's called the EMP weapon, where they could drop that weapon and shut down a whole country's electrical grid. So if a country is depending on the electrical grid, they can shut that down. You see, so they shut down IA, shut down the computers, the microchips, and all of that. The nation's electrical grids, all of that. You see. So the Lord gave them that technology, but he's given them also a way to shut it down. Because it says in the scriptures that the Lord created the smith. You see, that created the nuclear weapons. And where is that? In New Mexico, Roswell, or wherever that is, where they making all these missiles out there in Las Cruces and places like that in New Mexico. You see. So they got all of that intelligent weapons out there. I think I can't remember what city it was in New Mexico, but that's where the atomic bomb was created, you see, in New Mexico. And the Lord's going to use that same technology to destroy this devil that created all of that. Because the Holy Scripture says, he that liveth by the sword shall also die by the sword. You see, not one word of this is failing, this happening. Right on schedule. And then it says in the 9th verse, for then will I turn to the people of pure language. What is the pure language? That's the Paleo-Hebrew language. The language that the Holy Scriptures were written in. You see, so we're learning how to speak, you know, the alphabets and how to use those languages to pray and do everything in. You see, Paleo-Hebrew language. So we're learning those letters, recognizing them and how to speak in those letters. The Lord's doing that. That's happening. I myself called out, you know, those letters and some of those letters in the alphabet. Still learning, but it's happening. All right, just like the Lord said. And this, it says in the 10th verse, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring my offering. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then will I take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride. So the Lord said, I'm going to take away 2/3 of the wicked that rejoice in their pride. And thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. The Lord said, you're not going to be haughty because I'm going to bring you down. See, the Lord going to bring a burning on the world, you know, with these nuclear weapons, the same thing that they created to destroy countries, to destroy one of the cities over there in Japan when they were hit with a nuclear weapon over there. You see, the Lord's going to use that same technology against this devil in the fourth beast that's persecuting all over the world. You see, and lying about it. I was listening to them on the news today where the guy said, oh, we're not causing this hunger. It's the people over there in the Middle East that they're causing this hunger. You know, the Hamas are causing this hunger, starving folks to death. It's not us. We sending them food. But you're the one that caused the problem. Of course, the people that's elite over there are going to take the food and feed themselves and let the people starve. You're not sending them enough to feed the whole country. You devils know that. You the one caused the problem, but you don't want to take responsibility for the evil that you're doing over there. You see, I'm listening to them on the news. Still lying. And then it goes on to say in the 12th verse, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, that they shall trust in the name of the Lord. Who is that poor and afflicted people? That's the Israelites. The so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos. You see that are spread throughout the four corners of the earth. The afflicted and poor. You see, but you have these people sitting over there in the land of Israel talking about, oh, we're God's chosen people, we're Israel. The 1948ers. See, getting on the news, telling the world they the God's chosen people and all that. You know, straight up lie. Straight up lie. Deuteronomy 28. Read it. It does not fit you. You're not dealing with affliction and hard poverty that the so-called African Americans are dealing with, and people of so-called African heritage that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, where Israelites are suffering. It doesn't fit you. We deal with police brutality. That's in the scriptures. We're dealing with being in jails. That's in the scriptures. We're dealing with having subject to payments and leasing. That's in the scriptures. We don't have any banks. You see. But you're the daughter of Babylon, Egypt. Look on the back of your dollar bill. Your face is on the front of it, and you got pyramids on the back. A sign of Egypt, who also took part in enslaving us. The Israelites, the true, real Israelites in America, and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You see, so unless people are not reading the Holy Scriptures, they know you're a liar. 1948ers over there, the Israelis over there lying. See? And then it says in the 13th verse, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. So the Lord said, none shall make them afraid, because they're going to have faith in the Lord. They believe in the Lord. Just like Abraham did. When the Lord told Abraham to offer up his son, Isaac, what did he do? He went out there to do it. And the Lord stopped him, see? He said, hold on. Now I know that your faith is strong. So he became the father of faith, Abraham. And the Lord made a promise to him through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that he would save a remnant of Israel. You see, and there would be that 144,000, and that 1/3 would be saved. And the Lord's doing that. He's doing his will. The Lord's doing his will. He's going to save those he chooses to save. You see? The Lord's doing that. He knows what he's doing. But this devil, he's going to continue to do iniquity. Because he's wicked. You see? So the Lord knows what he's doing. He knows what the 2/3 Israelites. I was looking on the news today, and they was out there jumping, a bunch of Israelites jumping on a white man. He done did something to anger them. You see, but the Lord didn't tell you to do that. See, and you bring harm to yourselves. He told you to love your enemies as you love yourselves. You see. But what are you doing? You're doing the opposite of that. So you're going to bring trouble on yourselves. Now they're gonna lock you up. They got you on camera. We'll put you and let that devil go. They provoked you, because that's what these devils do. See, they're doing that same thing over there in Israel. They'll do that over here, because they're wicked. Now it goes on to say in the 14th verse, "Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem." That's us, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, not the black Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, we're not black. We're not Africans. Okay, we're not from of the lineage of Hamites. We're from under the lineage of Shem on down, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who those promises are given to. And then it goes on to say in the 15th verse, "The Lord hath taken away thy judgment. He has cast out thine enemy, the king of Israel. Even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore." So this is going into the Lord bringing in the new heavens and the new earth up under Yahweh Shai. You see. So the Lord's going to establish a new heavens and a new earth and give a promise that he promised unto Jacob. A new heavens and a new earth where would dwell righteousness, holiness, righteous judgment, keeping of the law, keeping of the commandments that was given to Israel. You see, that's what the Lord said he's going to do. And if he has to shut down the United States and burn them out, he'll do that. If he has to use those Russian RS-28 Cermat missiles or that EMP weapon China has to shut them down, he'll do that. He'll hit them with the EMP and then send a missile through there. You see? And burn this place out. You see? The Lord's not short concerning his promises. His arm is not short. And then it says in the 16th verse, "In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thy hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing." So the Lord is going to sing. And 148,000 hopeful elect of the house of Israel, they are going to sing the song of Moses. They're going to sing with the Lord. You see, sing with Yahweh Shai. You see, and sing, they're going to sing with Moses. See, they're going to sing this gospel. This is the new song that they're going to sing. And then it goes on to say, "And I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden." You see, that's what the Lord said he is going to do. He's going to take off that yoke of bondage off of you. The hardships that he's put it, that affliction that he put on you. It says in the 19th verse, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame." So wherever you've been put to shame, they're gonna praise you there. You see, that's what the Lord says he's gonna do, and that's what's going to happen. But we have to move with faith. We have to move with hope. We are going to be saved accordingly, you see, as the Lord has purposed. Through grace, not through the law, but through grace that Yahweh Shai, who laid down his life for us, the Lamb, we're going to get that grace. You see. And the Lord's going to bring about that second covenant. That we would remember. He would put this spirit in our hearts, in our minds. And it says in the 20th verse, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So the Lord said, I'm going to turn back your captivity. You see. The Lord's going to gather you. You see. The wheat from the chaff. And sift you. The Lord said, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to turn back your captivity. So let's give all honor and praise. Let's remember to be in prayer one for another, support one another of the house of Israel. All right, let's remember the poor and needy. And when you have it in your pocket to lay your bread upon the water, let's do that. All right, and let's take care of those that the Lord has chosen. All right, let's be mindful of that. Okay. We're going to need to be able to stand together in this evil and wicked time that we're coming in. Now, I hope this lesson was a good lesson to the house of Israel, all right, to the tabernacle of David, and to those of you that the Lord has chosen to put his spirit in from the beginning of time. I hope that this lesson you enjoyed it and that you'll continue to do his will. All right, we're going to stop there. We're going to give all honor, all praise, and all glory again unto Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah Kodash. Live holy, Shalom, and Abba. Shalom.